Today we're talking about how Ultimate Reed Richards became the menace known as the Maker. During his childhood, his father hated him. He was pissed off his son was a genius instead of a jock. He didn't give one damn about any discoveries Reed made. He was moving like Uncle Ruckus's dad.
Nigga, did I just catch you having fun?
Which was very different from his 616 counterpart, who had a loving dad that supported them being a genius. I mention this because it affected his life in a major way. But now let's get into the juicy shit, aka the event ultimatum. One day in New York, the rain was pouring heavy and there was lightning everywhere, followed by the city being flooded, drowning everybody, killing Franklin Storm in the process, Johnny and Sue's dad. Reed is with Sue and he tells her, you know who caused this tsunami. She's like, shut up, we don't have time for that shit right now, and creates a massive force field pushing the tsunami back, using all her power to do so, and she passes out. Sue! With many citizens dead, his mentor Franklin Storm dead, Johnny missing, and his girl passed out, Reed decides the best thing for him to do right now is not help them, but to go find Namor. The Thing tries to convince him to stay, but Reed just abandons them because he's on a mission. And he pulls up on Namor, capturing him and knocking him out, just to find out that Namor isn't responsible for the attack, because Charles Xavier used his telekinesis to let everyone know that Magneto is the one responsible for the attack. So Reed focuses all his energy and time on defeating Magneto with the other heroes. And while he was doing that, the Thing and Sue went through a whole lot to fix things up. Reed finally comes back home, but the damage is done. He abandoned them when they needed him the most. Their relationship just isn't the same. Later, the Thing talks to Reed like, what the hell happened? And that's when Reed tells him that Doom was actually the real mastermind behind everything. He instigated Magneto to do what he did by killing his daughter, Scarlet Witch. Reed ran multiple simulations on Doom to see if there was any good in him, but in every single one, all Doom does is cause harm to the world. Basically, bro has to die, but Reed doesn't have the stomach to do it. The Thing's like, I bet, and pulls up on Doom by his damn self, palming his head like Michael Jordan and crushing him, killing him on the spot. You had to pay for what you did. Later, when he returns home, they lay Franklin Storm to rest. Their father died, their city died, their innocence died, and the Fantastic Four died with it. Reed makes shit even worse by proposing to Sue at her dad's funeral. This is by far the worst proposal in history. She looks at the ring and she's like, nah, she can't forgive him. He left when they needed him the most, rejecting bro on the spot. Ben looks at him like, shit, that's tough. And at that moment, the Fantastic Four was over, and they all go on with their separate lives. The Thing joins S.H.I.E.L.D., Johnny moves far away, Sue takes over the Baxter building, and Reed goes back to live with his dad. And as you can see, bro is droopy and depressed. One day we see Reed laying on the couch with his whole family. But out of nowhere, the house explodes, killing everybody inside. And right after, mad aliens start appearing around New York, destroying everything, causing all heroes to fight against these things. By the way, during this time, the Thing evolved into his true form. Apparently, the Rock was just a cocoon state for this. Not too long after, Sue does some investigating, and that's when she finds out that Reed is alive and he's responsible for all these attacks. You are always just a teeny bit smarter than me. Bro's the leader of this alien pack. Sue is filled with sadness as the Reed Richards she knew is now a whole different person, capable of killing people, even his own family. Yeah, he did this too. Reed did all this because she rejected him, but he thanks her because he's now enlightened and made many new discoveries, and he can't wait to bring his new ideas to the world. He proceeds to attack Sue with the aliens, and she barely makes it out alive, returning back to base and letting everybody know that Reed is responsible for everything, right before collapsing to the floor, bruised and battered because Reed messed her up. While she's knocked out, she remembers a moment with Reed where Reed is talking about how he doesn't like their world and that they should go out there and find a new one, a perfect one, a world they can make their own. During this conversation, Sue thought it was a little bit weird, but didn't give it too much mind. But after seeing Reed now, she realizes bro has always been crazy, wanting to make a world in his own image. And that realization makes her stay alive, and she immediately gets back to work. And with extensive research, she figures out what pocket dimension Reed is in right now. They teleport Ben to Reed first just to make sure it's him. After asking Reed some questions that he answers perfectly, he now knows it's really him. So Ben calls up the entire gang and they start whooping Reed's ass. But Johnny comes in extra hot to deliver Reed something for hurting his sister. Richards! And he fires a massive fire blast, hitting Reed directly, burning his face to a crisp. But they're not done yet. They continue to beat him even more. Johnny got him looking like Two-Face now. Not only did they beat him up, burn his face, and defeat all his aliens, they also destroy his pocket dimension. And they fling him away from the facility. The heroes get out in time, and on the outside, Sue proposes to Reed's old best friend, Ben, and they make out on top of a building. Damn! While Reed is presumed dead, drifting through the negative zone. But bro's not done just yet, because while he was drifting through the negative zone, he locked in and started gathering any equipment from his old facility to get back to his plan of reshaping the world. With all these random parts, he made all this and got back to work, eventually teleporting himself back home. Now known as the Maker, he makes a group called the Children of Tomorrow that consists of only the smartest pupils that can learn under him. With this gang, he gets to work creating an entire city inside this dome. And on the inside, this city looks like something out of Star Wars. Time flows differently inside the city from the outside. Inside, Reed has been living for 1,000 years, growing the most flawless city with his pupils. During that time, he also stretched his head out to have more room for his brain. That was the only way he could contain all the new knowledge he learned. But on the outside, this city only appeared in a few days, and it's found by Thor. He's like, what the hell is this? And he starts trying to get inside. And when he does, he discovers this advanced city inside and comes face to face with the Maker. He tries to attack him, but that doesn't go too well. Reed is on a whole nother level now, and he makes easy work of Thor. If I was evil, I could have killed your ass right now. Raise your head, Lord of Thunder. Look at me. I want you to see my face. Thor is in complete shock. You? Yup, it's me. And I want you to send this message back to Nick Fury. Me and the Children of Tomorrow are cooking up the most amazing city of all time. And it's growing every day. So I want you and everyone else to never return. Accept this peace offer because it's the best we got. And Thor delivers that message and also lets them know that the Maker is Reed Richards, who is now basically a god to his people, now capable of doing all types of things. Really evil things like this, but we not finna talk about that right now. But yeah, guys, that is the origin story of the Maker. From this point on, he continues to do some of the most evil shit imaginable, and is by far one of the greatest villains in comics. It's just crazy he was once this guy right here. Let me know your thoughts on the Maker in the comments, and on that note, I'm gonna see y'all boys and girls next time.